Welcome to the shit show. I'm too loud.
Shit Show, Season 1, Episode 2, Scene 1, Take 1.
Welcome to the shit show.
The show where we lift up the toilet seat of the acting industry.
And take a good look inside. And we are your loyal show hosts.
Yes,
and I don't know how to
always
speak
here.
English.
First, let's start with so much has changed
So much.
since we filmed our first episode, which was
Mitzword.
really not that long ago, but we've been so active.
Mitzi, take it away. What has changed?
Okay, so what's been happening to me? Well, I got dropped by my agency, which was so cool. It was really the end of the world. I invited all of my friends out and just cried to them, and they got me drunk as good friends.
What else would
She
we
was
do?
there. And then I booked this movie that actually had money behind it.
A feature.
A feature film, a Japanese horror film
What do you
called
have to say about that?
Bashira, that I shot in Buffalo for the last month and a half.
Let's just take a second.
But yeah,
She got dropped.
I got dropped.
And then she books a movie. And then I need to tell you what happened.
Oh my
Can
goodness.
I tell them what happened?
Yeah, try.
After she booked
Because I might
it,
still cry.
the agency came back and asked if she wants to rejoin.
But only if I would never leave again.
Like, what is this, like prison?
Sounds to me like a double standard. I don't know.
I don't know. What do you think? Eh?
So I had 2 meetings set up with other agencies
Are you
before
crying?
I booked the movie because I'm laughing so much. I'm a very sensitive person.
And
So I had 2 meetings set up with other agencies before I booked the movie. So I just went on the meetings. I met these agencies and I just fell in love so hard with one of them, and I signed with them immediately, and I've been working with them since, and I just thank you
universe.
for dropping me, universe.
You see, what do they say? Disguise, like whatever. Like your bad days.
Pink Panther?
No, like when like good
Blessing
things.
in disguise.
Blessing in disguise. Don't look at me when I said disguise or whatever. You know that's the thing. Blessing in
B.I.D..
disguise. When one door opens, one door closes, another one opens. I'm not from America. I am from America. English was my second language.
Yeah,
That's
that
true.
happened, and then I had to join SAG, which means, guys, no more non-union commercials, which means I have nothing to do.
That's why she's here.
That's why I'm here. I'm so available, but there's a commercial airing right now
You've
for
seen
birth
it.
control.
Lolo
for
Estrin?
Lolo Estrin FE. And 2 very funny things regarding this. One, I get to feed someone else food. No more apples for me.
Oh.
And then the second thing that's really funny is that I watched it on YouTube, and all the comments are about how hot the guy is, which isn't wrong, but it's wrong to me. So just think about that, YouTubers. All right. So
Okay, what about me?
Yeah, what have
Okay,
you-
this is what's been going on with me. I recently went away just for a trip because it's the end
Were you
of the
put
year.
away? Wait, did you have a breakdown? Shlomit, you can talk to me.
Mitzi, don't touch me. Don't touch me. No, I went away for a trip, a family trip for 5 days.
Oh, yeah.
In those 5 days, I get 3 auditions. Huge auditions. And
That's
I'm
awesome.
no, but when
So
I'm
you came
home
back, you
in my
sacrificed your
apartment
life.
fucking twiddling my thumbs, I'm looking at my wall and I don't get anything. And then when I'm away, I get auditions. That's how the world works.
We know.
Murphy, hey bitch. Okay. So I get a note that I'm way too extra. And they say that I talk with my hands too much and that I'm loud. Stop nodding your heads.
Just a little nervous.
Can we get this glued down here? Thanks. No, that
her
I'm too
tongue
loud.
is really long.
I'm too
serpentine.
loud. I move my hands too much. I have a lot of facial expression. My eyebrows do things without me knowing that they're doing them. So I was like, great, let me do something about it. So I got proactive. I got a few recommendations for
3 easy steps.
new acting teachers.
He was a
And,
protege of the guy in New York to train with for on-camera stuff. Bob Krakauer,
Bob Krakauer.
is the guy. If you're an actor and you're watching this, I'm sure
You know who Bob Krakauer is. It's say Bob again. Bob Krakauer.
It's an alter
We did
play.
some work together, and then he's like, "You're not really extra. That's you. It's not. I don't. And I was like, are you kidding me? So now I have somebody here telling me this, somebody here telling me that. And fine, I am extra, but like, that's me. And my manager said, she's like, well, is that really you in real life? And I'm like, yes, I'm not just like putting it on. So
Our camera guy's nodding his head. Yes.
Nodding,
It's just Shlomit
Connor's nodding.
off camera.
And
in bed,
so then
sleep.
the most recent audition that I worked with him on was a lot of like, okay, don't look at the camera now. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like saying my line, and they're like, he's like, don't look at me. And I'm like, okay, I'm not looking. So then he's like, when it changes, look. And then look away. And then do this. And then look there.
Because it's human behavior too. You're not always, like when we talk,
No,
you're not always looking at me.
I know, but how do you just like prepare for something with being like, then I hear this. Then I hear that.
Yeah, you gotta pick your moments.
Yeah, like it's just crazy, I think. That's not what
Right.
we're used to. That's not what we were taught originally.
As like the foundation of your like behavior. We're taught that behavior should sort of spring up
Yes.
effortlessly, organically through
And it's not to say
emotional
anything-
reaction to something.
And it's not to
happening.
say anything bad about Eric, because he did tell me. Like I
It's
said,
very effective.
I said, well, now I feel impulsive to do this. And he's like, well, then do that, but have a reason that you're doing it.
Yeah.
Don't just look from back and forth. Like if you want to say, I'm annoyed, then say I'm annoyed and look at the camera.
Yeah. It has to be very intentional.
It has to be intentional. So, okay, I get that. Fine. But what I was also like thinking in this last audition, I was really happy because there were 2 scenes, and then there was a piece in the end that they were like, we want you to talk about yourself for 1 to 2 minutes in terms of like music,
Okay.
artists.
I love
and
when they
stuff.
ask that.
Love that. I love that. So I was like, great.
We're actors, we're narcissists by nature.
Whatever.
You know?
So no. The reason why is because we could be ourselves.
Yeah.
So I did the self-tape. Everything was clipped together. Rewatched it. When I watched myself just talking, it was interesting. I was alive.
Yeah.
I wanted to keep watching. And then when I watched the scenes, I was like, what am I doing? It was like monotonous. Is that the word?
Yeah.
And it was just like, I was just doing this.
Or monotone.
Monotone,
But,
yeah, and like just doing this. And I was like, why is who I am not translating into acting scenes?
I mean, that's what acting is, you know? Like that's the whole skill. Like
It's not
that's the
doing
whole-
anything. Right?
Yeah, well, you can't think about doing too much because then you're acting. It's like I have
Isn't
to
it fucked
do
up?
this
It's
stuff.
acting, but we're not supposed to be acting.
Like that's why it's so hard though, making someone else's words totally natural to you.
Yeah.
So basically acting is really hard. And a huge part of acting is research. And luckily for us, research means like watching TV.
People are
and
like, you
movies.
watch that much TV? I'm like, it's research.
It is though. You have to know everything that's out, and then if you really like it, you have to binge watch all of it because there's only so much time and so much content.
That's right.
Oh,
So,
I auditioned
Mitzi auditioned
for
for
To
To
All the Boys I've
Loved
Loved Before.
You auditioned for the sister.
I auditioned for the sister, who was played by Janelle Parrish, and I just wanted just so everyone knows like what happens. I was given this breakdown for the character.
Oh, yeah.
Her name is Margot, 18 years old, Asian American, very put together, an adult in a teenager's body. And Janelle Parrish got the role, probably had it before I went in.
Yes.
And she was on Pretty Little Liars. She's very well known. She played Mona like crazy.
I've never seen Pretty Little Liars.
You would love it. Wouldn't she love it?
You've seen it?
She would love it.
Liar.
Everyone I know loves it.
Really?
I've had
But
like
isn't there, like-
35-year-old lawyers
That love
come
it?
back to me like, I watched the whole
But did they ever
thing."
find out who that A was?
It's not even important. Like, who was Gossip Girl? No one cares. It's still an amazing show.
Isn't that the whole point? Who's A?
I mean, kind of.
It's not like what drives the show.
No, it's like the thrill. Anyway, we're not
Anyway.
talking about that show right now. We're talking about To All the Boys I've Loved Before. So what did you think of Janelle Parrish's?
Oh my God, she was so
Performance.
bad. She was bad.
She was a little
No,
absent.
listen, I was watching it and I hate like if I'm watching something and I'm like, oh my god, I'm an actor, so I know like if someone's acting well, because like I don't even fucking know if I'm acting well. I'm probably like not.
In your defense, you can't watch yourself.
That's true.
And
Actually, you
objectively.
can. Objectively, right.
Yeah.
No, so I was watching it and I was like, so then I spoke to other people. And I didn't even say my opinion.
Yeah.
And everybody said the same thing. And I was like, okay, great. So it's
like
not
there's
just
just
like me
something
being
not
like snobby.
There.
It was bad.
It's like they're sisters. They like love each other and care about each other. I don't see the relationship.
The Skype conversation.
Yeah.
She's like, hey, Largene, you said you would call me. You haven't called me in a long time. How are you?
It's like I didn't see that in her eyes. Like
What? Fuck
was
her
she
eyes.
actually
She was
waiting-
like, what was that?
Well, if I just mean she wasn't actually feeling any of those things.
Right. It was bad.
It's like she hadn't been waiting for your
gets
sister to call her. You didn't miss her.
But then it gets you thinking. She got cast in a Netflix show? Movie? What am I doing?
John Corbett, always very charming. Great.
But what was he
Great
doing
guy.
in there?
He was a dad.
Yeah, but like why? Like
What
he
do you
didn't
mean
even
why?
do anything for it.
He got people to watch the film.
That's true.
I mean, oh no, I loved the guy.
Oh!
Not
What's his
the
name?
original boyfriend.
What's his name?
I looked up his name yesterday, and then I Google image searched just to make sure I was accurate, and
Wait.
it took me a long
What's his
time to
name?
close the window. Let me
What's his
just
name?
say. Noah Centineo?
That's him?
Yeah, that's him.
Peter Krasinski? That his name in the
Yeah,
movie?
yeah, I guess so.
Well, I think he was
He's
the
going to
only
be a big star.
He was the only one in the movie that was like he held that movie together.
He's just
He was carrying that
effusively
movie on his back.
He just sweats.
He was working
Charm.
overtime.
But he wasn't working that hard. That's
No,
the thing.
he was working overtime to carry that movie on his bare back.
But you didn't feel that.
No, but like it would have been under the ground without him.
She's not wrong.
Yeah.
But I also want to point out, so Margot is supposed to be 18 years old, and the whole family is Korean American. So let me just say, Janelle Parrish, this isn't calling out Janelle Parrish or even casting, like at least they went Asian, because how many Asian actors are there out there? But Janelle Parrish is actually 29 years old, and she's actually Chinese. And right, they're supposed to
who
be
knows?
Korean, but nobody knows. So now time to turn off the TV and open your newspapers, by which I mean it's all on the computer now.
I'm sure you've all heard the Jeffrey Owens article that came out about him being on the Cosby Show and now working at Trader Joe's. And look, we actually said this article is a little like old for news because
Right.
news travels and happens and nobody remembers it anymore.
It would have dropped like a week ago. This
Yeah,
point. So
but
by the time
this is
comes
no,
out,
but
like,
this is
who knows?
everlasting.
Oh, it
This-
is.
This theory, which is why we're going to bring it up, but we will go into it further with our interviewee,
Shannon
Walsh.
It is about the side hustle and how necessary it is, and how we cannot shame those with the side hustle.
Amen.
Amen. Next, so I actually did see this on Twitter. Matthew Perry tweeted, 3 months in a hospital bed. Check.
Check? Like checking it off of his list?
Yes. Which means he spent the last 3 months in a hospital bed. He has struggled with all kinds of problems, namely alcoholism and I think pill addiction while he was on Friends for like the last couple of seasons.
Well, that's like
And
the
he's
whole
been
rumor of like the
completely-
skinny fat Chandler, right?
Right. My phone's vibrating. Oh fuck, that's my agent.
Oh my god. Did you
Should I
book
take
something?
an agent call on the phone?
They don't just, she does?
Should I
No.
take this call
Yes?
on the air? Hi, I'm good. How are you? Yeah, I've talked to them and I'm going to start working with them. I'm coming in to sign contracts on Thursday. But I'll be there on Thursday, so.
Hello? Innovative?
Mm-hmm.
I'm famous?
So where were we? We were talking about.
I don't know where we were because I was so rudely interrupted.
We were talking about celebrity privacy.
We were talking about Matthew Perry. Do you want to say anything about
We're
him?
talking about Matthew Perry. Matthew Perry's a wonderful person.
How do you
He's a really
know?
lovely person. So Matthew Perry and I met at a hockey game. He invited me to a hockey game.
Oh!
went.
He invited her. They didn't meet there. Thank
But
God.
proof of how difficult it must be is like as soon as we sit down, people.
You guys were on the camera.
Yeah,
On the
people
screen.
from the rink come running up and they put a hat on his head and give him a puck and they're like, okay, ready? You're gonna say some line from the Friends episode where you go to a game. Go! And he's just on. He's like,
He
I
did
just
that?
came to watch a hockey game.
They did that?
Yes.
Are you kidding?
I'm not kidding. There's footage of it. Well, not of like them giving him the direction. But
Did
it's
he
like,
do it?
You have no autonomy anymore. It's like you're just suddenly
You're
like a
like a
puppet
puppet?
of the people.
Do you want to be a puppet?
I like puppets. I'd rather like have my hand in one than have someone's
Really?
hand in me.
So, did he do the line?
Yeah, he did it.
He did?
What's he gonna do? Like fight me? Like,
He could have.
That's what Gaga would do.
Gaga? Lady Gaga? Yeah. I love Lady Gaga. Did you see that new movie coming out with her and Bradley Cooper?
Oh my God, that was
What's it
incredible.
called? A Star is Born?
A Star is Born.
Did you see that?
Gaga for Gaga. Wait, you saw the
Oh.
movie? Did you see the like premiere?
Oh, the trail. The premiere. Who do you think he is? He's filming our show. The fuck?
Good point. Good point, Shlomit. Yes, you suck. Yeah, no,
You
it looks
suck, and
incredible.
you suck,
Wait, but
and
also,
you.
wait, I've been seeing on Twitter a lot of people have been talking about Bradley Cooper. Like, did he do something
He
recently?
kills it. Can we talk about
But they
it
were
for a
talking
second?
about like how he's just some lame white guy who brings everyone down.
Who
That's the
said
tweet
that?
I read. I don't remember where I read. I
Who
shouldn't
is
have
putting
even
that
brought
out
it up.
into the world? That is not true. Bradley Cooper is excellent.
I think he's pretty excellent.
He's really good. Silver Linings Playbook.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
But that, like, he was meant to be dramatic. But you know, I was
Yeah.
telling Connor I watched The Hangover this weekend.
Oh my god.
It's the best movie.
Class.
But can I tell you this one part that stood out to me? In the end of the movie,
I'd
when
rather you didn't actually.
no, listen. At the end of the movie, when what's his name with the tooth that takes out his tooth?
Zach Galifianakis?
No.
Oh no. What's his name?
Ed Helms. Ed
Ed
Helms. When
Helms.
he finally, in the end, yells at his wife, and he's like,
Yes.
"It's that time when you fucked the bartender on the cruise." And then they pan to Bradley Cooper,
Yeah.
and he's like looking at him like so proud. And it's like The Hangover, like it's like the stupidest movie. But that moment in Bradley Cooper's eyeballs when he looks at Ed Helms like that was like, wow, you know how to act. Wait, I do want to talk about though Ruby Rose with that story.
Oh man, I feel really bad for her.
What?
Okay, so there's a new show coming out, Batwoman. And I know that because I auditioned for it. I didn't get it. It's fine.
Clearly.
But it was given to like a much more she
Deserving.
fits, much more deserving, probably much more talented, stunning, real life lesbian. So Batwoman is a Jewish lesbian. I don't know if
Why does she have to be Jewish?
Because it's based on a DC comic, and that's just how they wrote
And they're
her.
all Jewish?
No. Are they all women? Are they all lesbians? Why does it matter? Her character happens to be a Jewish
Batwoman
lesbian.
have to be Jewish?
I don't know, it's just how she was
Does
written.
Batwoman even have to have a religion? Okay, everybody's nodding.
Everybody's nodding.
Okay, anyway. So she got shunned.
Does Jews sleep at night?
She got shunned for getting the part.
Okay, so yeah, she was cast in this role, and then like the Twitter sphere exploded and was like, she's a horrible actor, she's not even a lesbian, is she even Jewish? Does she even exist? Is she a bat? Like, go home. She works really hard. She
But
studied
she's
with
been-
our coach
she is
too,
a-
so we're like on her team.
Yeah, we're on her team. 'Cause
Anthony. Team
But wait,
Anthony.
she's
But
a lesbian.
she's been out since she was
12.
12. So really, what is your argument? But this is
a good-ass
she's
show.
now the lead of a
That's
big series.
That's sick.
And it's a spin-off from
Good for you, Ruby Rose. When you watch this, because you will.
Retweet us.
Good for you.
But it's the first gay lead character of a live action superhero series. She's the first live action lesbian superhero.
That's
it's like a
insane.
huge thing.
She looks like that. She looks like a big
But can you imagine going into such
lesbian.
Shlomit's gonna excuse herself now. Shlomit's been fired. Don't worry. We're taking care of it. She's gonna go join Weinstein in jail.
Okay, guys, that's all of our entertainment news for today.
We are very proud to introduce her. She comes from our own acting class. Yes, I just assume accent because she is voice actor. I try to impress her. Maybe she showed me to her manager. So you may know her from the hit Netflix show, The OA. She just did an episode of Orange is the New Black. I think the first thing I ever saw her in, before I even knew her, was a movie called Begin Again, starring Keira Knightley and Mark Ruffalo.
Who we talked about in our first episode.
We did indeed. Full circle. We can just quit now,
And
right?
we could quit. We should. And she's a bunny and
Oh my God,
a
she's a
dog
bunny and
on
a
a
dog.
Nickelodeon cartoon.
She's
What's it called?
the absolute cutest, but she could also probably murder you. She's pretty amazing.
All
So
right.
should we just let her come
Let's
in now?
come in, Shannon Walsh.
Shannon!
Come in.
See how strong she is.
I mean, look, if you want to be on this show, you got to work.
She does everything. She writes, directs, edits.
Shannon,
Building
you're
this house, of
literally
course.
like, what's that expression? Of
Jack
all trades.
A Jill of all trades? Did we say that?
Yeah, let's call it a Jill of all
I
trades.
think we just call it a Shannon Walsh.
No.
Shannon Walsh. You are hired as a voice actor. Can you just give me like a little bunny?
You want a bunny?
Yeah.
Oh, wow! We're going? Okay.
Give us what Eliza
She's such a
Thornberry.
good bunny.
This is me, Eliza Thornberry, part of your average family. I got a dad, a mom, and a sister. There is Donnie. We found him. And Darwin, he found us.
That's amazing.
That is incredible.
It just brings me back. Me and Shannon were talking about how, like, people focus on acting classes.
Yeah.
As, like, that's
Yeah.
the tell-all if, like, you're a good actor and if you're...
Well, it's like something people are constantly doing, right?
Right.
They're always like,
At least in New York.
at
I
least
don't
in
know
New
about LA.
I don't know about LA either, but I know in New York you're
Yeah.
constantly doing acting classes. And we were talking about how, like, for me, it's this thing where I know so many people who've been cast based on the fact that, like, they know jujitsu.
Oh, jujitsu, yeah.
Or, like, unicycling.
Or unicycling.
I can
or,
ride a unicycle. It's never
Can you?
benefited me, but maybe I get called in because it's on my resume.
So what happened with
But-
you is that
Okay.
you played the violin.
Begin Again, I was only seen because I played the violin. And then the kid who ended up playing my brother went in and also played the violin. And then the director was like, yeah, I need someone on the cello. Can one of you do it? And we were like, no. Like, neither of us know it. And then it was just like, you. And then I just got, like, chosen
Yeah.
to play the cello.
Cello.
So I had to go and teach myself the cello. But a lot of the finger patterns are the same as the violin. So the only reason I was cast in that movie is because I had that skill.
So actually,
Oh, the
what...
side hustle thing.
Yes. Okay, we
Yeah.
all have a side hustle.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Shlomit. My side hustle is working at a preschool. What's yours?
That was my hashtag side hustle.
Oh,
Hi-
right.
Yeah.
I tried to, anyways.
It's
a
failed.
movement.
I know. My side hustle is I do journalism. I do freelance journalism, and I'm a contributing writer to outlets.
I've been pretty fortunate.
Are you fucking kidding me? I'm like sitting there, like literally
Honestly,
preparing for side hustles on this card and she's telling me she's fortunate.
Do commercials count?
No!
Yeah.
Okay, because honestly, when I first, no, listen, this is even sadder. When I first moved to New York, I thought I'm going to have to work at a bar because I'm going to be unemployed forever and have no money and no health insurance.
Yeah.
And I went into a couple bars and they asked, do you have experience? And I was honest. I was like, no, but I can learn.
It's
They
very
said,
competitive.
I'm sorry, they're exactly.
It's extremely
if not,
competitive.
it's as competitive as acting probably.
Oh yeah, working in a bar
So
or
there was
working
no
as a,
chance for
as
me.
a give me the
Bartender?
No,
Anything in the restaurant
even
and service
hostessing.
industry.
I was a hostess.
Yeah, it's very competitive. It's a very hard job.
It sucked ass. Well, the reason we bring this up
Is because of Jeffrey Owens, the article that came out. He was on the Cosby Show as a
Yeah.
regular. The show hasn't been on the air for 25 years. He
Yeah,
hasn't
what do they
been
want
on
from his
TV
life?
long enough. He's had a fine
So what was the
career,
story?
but
He was
he's-
at Trader Joe's. He works at Trader
works
Joe's.
at
So,
Trader
and
Joe's.
I don't necessarily think that there was any malintent from the person who took a photo. So the person was in the line, was in like
There
getting
wasn't
their
a
groceries.
malintent?
Not
I
no, it was
the
from the
person
news
who
outlets.
posted.
Oh,
The person
okay.
posted the photo and was like, "Oh, look at that, Jeffrey Owens." You people do that whenever they see celebrity.
Right,
and
right.
then the Daily, I don't know,
Yeah.
2 outlets posted it in a way that was shaming the fact that he had gone from being a working actor to working at a grocery store, and it was the most absurd thing ever. And he's actually said, like, he's been talking a lot about the dignity of work and how one job is not better than the rest. And
It's work.
Yeah, it's work.
What people
It's
forget with
good,
acting,
honest work.
But what people forget with acting is that it's a job.
Right.
And when we go
Right.
on auditions, they're all different job interviews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people acting is very like it's put on a pedestal in so
glorified.
many ways. It's completely glorified.
And
I was
they're
talking
like,
to
the celebrity
it
element
is
is just
absurd.
insane.
But I was talking to this guy who was like, he filmed a role on a really big show that day.
Mm-hmm.
The following night, he served his director at a restaurant.
Stop.
Think about that. Like, that's the
Wow.
kind of thing that happens in this industry because it's like, let's say you get a recurring on whatever. You're not just going to quit your job because
course.
if you have a recurring, that's going to end.
Absolutely.
And you don't know what's coming next. So you're not going to leave
Yeah.
your job.
Yeah, even as a regular on a show, it's still gonna end.
Right.
Every single
but
job
people
ends.
regard that as going from a high
Right.
level
Falling
job to falling. It's completely absurd. I mean, it's all construct. It's totally.
You were also in another, was it a short film, A Message for James?
Message for James is a short film. That one was amazing. That was in Ireland.
So
And it was-
that, what happened with that? There was some drama.
Yeah, well, I got cast. You know about this because
Yes,
it was
we
really-
were like,
I was around.
Yes,
Yes.
I got cast in a film.
Oh God. That's,
And yes, and was not going to be able to do this one, and had to temporarily pull out of the film, of the Ireland film, and then found out that film that I had been cast at that it was not going to happen anymore. So I had to.
was it a feature?
It was a feature.
cool story.
It was.
Of course it was.
I was super passionate about it, and I had canceled all my Ireland trip, which was 4 other countries, not just Ireland. It was a huge trip I was doing.
Oh, man.
With my boyfriend. So he then invited his dad. I canceled every part of my flight. Do you have to pay to cancel?
Right.
Yeah.
Then I found out the movie wasn't happening, so I had to re-buy all these tickets, and then
Yeah.
the romantic one-on-one vacation turned into
A three-way?
yeah. Turned
Oh,
into
with
a
the
three-way.
Are you kidding?
No, it was me, him, and his dad.
Yeah, we
You're-
actually had a three.
No, I didn't think that they had a three-way. No, I mean,
Actors
you guys are
crazy.
so. Where are your
Guys.
minds? Get them out of the gutter. I just meant like a
Yes,
three.
it was
like,
it was a 3-person
Yes,
trip
that's what
with
I
me,
meant,
my
you
boyfriend,
guys.
and his
Yeah.
father.
Wow. And do you see that? This is the industry that they tell her, this lovely lady, you're in a feature film. She's like, great, let me drop my whole entire life and let me
Yeah.
come to do this film. And then after she drops her entire life, she then finds out that what she dropped it for is gone.
This is why we need flight insurance, you know?
One day you can be on the Cosby Show and one day you can work at Trader Joe's.
Which is not to say
It's
one
not a
of the
bad
jobs
thing
is
at
better than
all.
the
It's
other.
It's not bad, but that just shows you
Yeah.
the extent of
Yeah.
the
Yeah. You just don't
spectrum.
know.
Yeah. Well, Shannon, you.
You're gonna be a big celebrity
You
someday, and then
will.
we're gonna research you.
No, but in all honesty, like I think that Shannon really puts every part of what she does well in her life, she puts into acting. It's a lot of
It's
hard
work.
work.
She works hard.
Everything is hard
Yeah,
work.
but like everyone does this to their own personal, like.
Right.
beat,
Well, just
you
take
know?
that we're
Okay,
praising
Sam,
you,
thank you.
Are better
and
than
just
others,
say
okay?
that we're very proud. All right, guys.
On that
She's
note,
Figure it
been
out.
she's been a pleasure. All right.
should I take my chair? with me?
Yeah, you
She
can
had
take
the
it. I don't
best
want to
time.
get up. All right, guys. Oh!
She
Break
is
my table while
breaking
you're
everything
on
on her way out,
it. Okay, guys. Remember our mantra: be the shit.
or be a piece of shit.
It's your choice, motherfucker.
How do you like that, Hollywood?